Welcome back to the vlog. Feels so strange to be doing this again because it's actually been a while since we picked up the camera and filmed for ourselves.
So it's been 3 months since our last travel and we're back here in Vancouver in our home base.
So the last video that you've probably seen in our channel that we published is when we were still exploring Singapore. But since then, we've come home and enjoyed summer here in Vancouver.
Skylar has grown so much since then. Looking back at our videos is like watching the baby Skylar. Now, she's so... Yes, baby.
She's so big and so into bubbles nowadays.
Yeah, and very active.
Come here. You wanna say hi to the video first?
Hi to everyone.
Say hi. Hi. That's part of it, why we actually wanted to do a Q&A today. To catch you guys up on how life has been and answer some questions that you guys may have about the trip.
And also we wanted to do a...
Excuse me, Skylar.
And also we wanted to celebrate and enjoy that we have reached 10,000 subscribers in this channel.
Yeah, what a milestone. It's actually been a slow grind comparing to the other channels out there here in YouTube, but you know, everybody goes through their own phase. It's still worth celebrating that we've actually reached this milestone.
Yeah, and thank you for being there, for supporting us, for watching our videos. And also, we are so happy that we are slowly growing this community. Where's your ball?
And throughout this Q&A, you're probably just gonna be seeing Skylar just pop in and out because we're in a park right now. She loves walking around, running around, and playing. You wanna say hi? So I asked you guys on Instagram and on YouTube for questions, and I quickly just summarized them and grouped them. So we have some categories that we're gonna go through for this Q&A. So the first one is future travel plans. What other Asian countries do you plan to visit in the future, if any?
There's still a lot of remaining Asian countries that we wanted to visit. Mostly, I wanted to visit Thailand, Vietnam. What else?
When we do go back to Asia, we're probably gonna visit that region, right? It's sort of like all these countries are kind of grouped on the same region. Vietnam, Thailand, Taiwan, Cambodia, maybe Laos as well. Do you also want to visit some of the countries we've already visited?
Of course, yeah. So we wanted to visit the same places that we've been to, especially Japan, Korea. And I think Skylar whispered to me that she wanted to visit Australia and see her friends Bluey and Bingo. Huh? You wanna visit your friends? Okay.
Okay. Okay, so balancing work and travel. I often wonder how people who run a channel get to travel so much. Is YouTube your full-time or do you run business as well as traveling? No, we don't. We don't do YouTube full-time. We've just been blessed to have full-time jobs that can also be done elsewhere. Something that's remote and we can still work while abroad.
And during our Asian series, I was on maternity leave. So it was the perfect timing since Skylar is still free to travel below 2 years old. We just made the most out of it.
Next one. Managing content creation, travel, and parenting. How is working on vlogs, traveling, and taking care of the baby at the same time? This is a pretty packed question, I think. Maybe we could start by telling you guys how we've been around the clock, traveling, content creating, and also relaxing as a family while we were in Asia. So depending on the time zone, my day begins at around 12 a.m. So that's midnight. And then I work for about 8 hours. And then I think that's the point where Max and Skylar wakes up. And then we get to enjoy the destination, experience some places and food from 7 a.m. up to around 3 o'clock, right? Or 4 p.m. And then we would start to be like winding down and then heading back to the hotel because I have to sleep at around 6 p.m. for around 6 hours or I wake up at 12 a.m. again to begin my day.
While Nat is sleeping, Skylar and I do lots of activities. We do some drawing, singing, and dancing while Daddy's sleeping.
We had hotels that are smaller, like for example, busier countries like Japan or Singapore. Our hotel rooms tend to be smaller, so it's a little bit challenging to be with Skylar during that time just because she needs more space, she wants some activities, but we were also fortunate enough to have some hotel rooms that are quite bigger, for example in Bali or in the Philippines.
Yeah.
It's summer here in Vancouver, but it's actually pretty cold. That's why we were trying to get Skylar to wear a jacket. Sweater?
But this baby is just loving the cold.
There you go.
No, Dad. I don't think this is how you wear a jacket.
Oh no. Okay. So next one, traveling with a baby. How did Skylar do on flights? Do you do anything to avoid food poisoning while traveling? Tips and tricks for traveling with a kid, snacks, naps, and such. Do you have a video on traveling on a plane with a 9 to 10 month old?
For Skylar's naps, since she turned 1, I think, she only have 1 nap a day. But if she's really tired, she gets 2. But there's no problem in Skylar napping. As you can see in the videos, she just naps anywhere. Even if we're in a park, in a zoo, or anywhere, if it's her nap time, it's her nap time. So she just sleeps 1 to 2 hours. So we make sure that we pack our carrier, our portable carrier that we bring along with our travels. So whenever Skylar's sleepy, Nat just puts it on and Skylar can nap.
And I think for preparation, we've seen our family doctor before we head out to Asia to get like boosters on like tetanus, hepatitis. Luckily, those are available to us here in Canada.
Especially if you're going to Asian countries.
I remember we had specific pills for malaria in case we needed them in the Philippines. Thankfully, nothing really happened.
But we also make sure that we are packed with baby essentials, especially medication like Tylenol, Band-Aid, mosquito patches for this little one.
What are you doing? And also just to touch base on snacks. Skylar doesn't really need a lot of snacks. We do give her whatever food that we eat. So if we do snack or we do buy food, snacks.
You love snacks.
So if we do buy food or eat a meal at a restaurant, we just give her whatever we eat. And I think it went well for her. She's been loving it.
So since we took business class, I think for food, you have no problem with food because you can just request food anytime you like.
They have a set menu.
Yeah, they have a set menu. They leave the menu on your seat so you can just order whenever you're hungry, anytime you want. And especially traveling with a baby, it's very handy because Skylar just naps and then when she wakes up, she's hungry. So it's good that there's a food that you can request. Oh, no.
On to the next one. What was your favorite meal in Asia? What are the favorite Filipino dishes?
What's your favorite Filipino dish? Yummy?
Many. What was your favorite food?
Lechon?
Yeah.
What else?
Turon?
How about you? What was your favorite?
I think the best part was going back to the Philippines and tasting all of the Filipino delicacies that we've missed because not all of them are available here in Canada.
It's still different when you get it from the country that it came from.
Yeah.
Oh my god, especially the mangoes.
Yes.
I think we were having mangoes and watermelons every day when we were in the Philippines.
So let's start with Japan. I think all of the food in Japan is amazing. Tonkatsu, the ramen, beef teriyaki.
On a normal day, if we're not filming, we would just go to a 7-Eleven and then we would live out of the food there.
Yeah, even the egg sandwich is so good. I can eat it every day.
And Family Mart too. 7-Eleven and Family Mart. Oh
Yes.
my god. Brings back so many memories.
Yeah.
Memories!
Yummy.
Yummy.
Then we went to Korea where we taste a lot of good home-cooked meals.
The thing with Korea, sometimes I feel like it would be harder to find quick service restaurants like fast food or something because most of their restaurants are dine-in, so you have to cook the meal, for example a hot pot or Korean barbecue, and sometimes that doesn't work for us because if we're on the go and needed to go somewhere, it would be harder.
And there's lots of side dishes which Skylar loves tasting each one.
We didn't get to explore a lot of food in Hong Kong. It's mainly because we only spent a week in Hong Kong. Oh my god, Bali was pretty nice. Not only like the taste of the food, but also the affordability of each one. We'd be like dining on a restaurant for like $4 to $6 Canadian per meal.
And all of their dishes and food is so amazing. Even the chicken, even just a simple fried chicken, it's really good in Bali.
And then Singapore also has a huge variety of flavors. I think one thing that I really loved about it was just going out for breakfast at a toast box. which has their pretty classic kaya toast. So I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with the kaya toast, but it's like a piece of bread with some margarine and then with some kaya spread on it.
And the pouring of coffee. Oh my gosh. It's our first time seeing coffee being poured like very far.
Oh my god, I'm already tasting it now. Just talking about it.
Going home, I think we bought like six jars of kaya toast for Nat to enjoy and savor Singapore's breakfast here in Canada.
Yeah, and now it's all gone. It's all done. What's next? Budgeting and booking trips. How to travel without money? I'm not sure you can. Where did you book your flight and accommodation? Did you use a travel agent? Can you share some info about budgeting for a big trip?
So we know that we wanted to visit Asia for a long time. So we planned this trip a year ahead because we have to book trips or a year out before your trip so you can make sure that you get a good deal. Started collecting points as well. So for points, we use our credit card and we just pay off everything like groceries, bills, and other stuff. In a year, we've collected a lot of points and we use those points to book our flights. And our flights, since we know it's Asia, it's a long trip, and we have a baby, we made sure that we book business class because our flights are like 15 hours long.
So the big long haul flights were all business class, but within Asia, when we're just traveling domestically, like for example in the Philippines, we booked those with cash. They're a little more cheaper, but the long haul flights were all miles and points. We do have one video that we were documenting our first business class experience, and we did a little bit of a documentation on how we did that. We're gonna link it down below if you guys are interested. Alright, and this one specifically for the Philippines, so Philippine travel recommendations. My family is planning a 1-month trip to the Philippines and interested in visiting a place outside of Manila. Do you consider other trips out of Manila, and what made you choose Coron over El Nido or other beach destinations? Would you recommend any other destinations around the Philippines? The Philippines has a lot of destinations that you can visit. We just chose Coron and Boracay. Boracay, one, we wanted to bring Skylar there because we had our honeymoon there before. And then Coron has been on our bucket list. Visiting Palawan, anywhere in Palawan is probably going to be good, but Coron has been a top destination lately.
We also wanted to visit El Nido, but I think you need to take another plane or another boat ride.
To get to El Nido, it's either you take a plane, which is a little more expensive, or you go to Puerto Princesa and then take a 7-hour van, which is probably not gonna work with this one.
I think there's a lot of places that we also wanted to explore in the Philippines, but if you haven't been, so you can visit the places that we've been to, Boracay, Coron.
Vegan is going to be nice as well. Anywhere in Palawan is going to be nice because you have that crystal clear waters. We heard Siargao is pretty nice as well. We should probably go to the Philippines a lot more.
Yeah. Soon, hopefully next year.
Yeah. The last question is, why isn't your channel bigger? It's so good. I'm sad that YouTube doesn't help. I am glad Skylar will have these videos to look back on her cool life.
Aww.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the main reasons why we do vlogging. We want to document our experiences, our memories. I'm not sure if Skylar's going to be proud or she'll be embarrassed looking back.
So it's up to you now, Sky. You wanna say goodbye? We're gonna say goodbye to the camera. See you all in the next video. Bye.